we got some news, and this news made me very happy, to be honest. I like old school players. I like old school toughness. I like old school mentality. I like old school competition. I like old school trash talking. I like all of it from the 90s, early 2000s, 80s. Damn, the best basketball I've watched. Now, what I just found out, and maybe some of you know about this already, but Victor Wembanyama supposedly is training and working out with none other than Kevin Garnett. And Kevin Garnett is one of those players that literally exemplifies old school mentality, old school toughness, old school grit, old school workouts. Just one of those. I mean, he has the same kind of mentality, or very, very close to like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, like a tough MFer, if you know what I mean. Trash talker. I remember the infamous meetup with the Knicks and the Boston Celtics, and Kevin Garnett going at Carmelo Anthony, and they had a little bit of a brawl. Supposedly Kevin Garnett said something about Carmelo Anthony's wife, Lala Anthony, and it was, I always liked Kevin Garnett. Of course, I didn't like him playing against the Knicks and kicking our ass on some occasions, but if Wembanyama, who has God-given gifts that could potentially make him one of the best players in the history of the NBA. I mean, 7'3", agile, good three-point shooter. Not great, but good three-point shooter. Very good free throw shooter. Good rebounder. He had like over 10 rebounds in the first season, over 11 rebounds in the second season. The guy averages over 3.5 blocks a game. He averages less turnovers than LeBron James. If he already has shown a little bit of that tough mentality, and the positive for him was also working under Popovich, so that probably influenced him good in the right, made him go in the right direction. He probably had some advice from Tim Duncan, I bet, because Popovich would not let it stand to have a big man like that and not have one or two of his ex-big men talk to him, meaning Tim Duncan, David Robinson. But Kevin Garnett is one of those guys that came into the NBA. Of course, he wasn't 7'3" like Wemby is. But he was a guy that was 6'11", and he was skinny as F. He was skinny, man. He was skinny but strong and agile, and he had a good jump shot, and he had a good turnaround jump shot and a fadeaway jump shot. The guy was just very, very good. He was top of the, one of the top of the defenders in the NBA. Very good offensive player. Most of his career spent in Minnesota. Then he went to Boston and then Brooklyn. He had a title in Boston. I think he has one or more. I don't remember exactly. So don't be mad at me, but I don't know how many titles Kevin Garnett has. But to have Kevin Garnett influence somebody like Wembanyama, especially at 21 years old, I mean, this could potentially turn into something incredible. I mean, if he's able to strengthen him or have him work in the old ways where they had stronger, legs, and they worked on their calves, and they were just different players that didn't break down as much as the players, break down now and have Achilles tears and all that other stuff. I think this is something to be celebrated. I mean, if Kevin Garnett can influence Wembanyama to have him be that tough guy in the NBA. I mean, the kid came in the first season, in his rookie season, he was averaging 21 points a game. In his second season, he was having a great season at 24 and I think 24.5 or 24.6 points a game. He played like 40 something games last season because he got injured. But he already has a 50-point game under his belt. At 21 years old, a 50 piece he dropped. You know what I'm saying? So the kid has so much potential. If this kid can work hard, can develop his skills, can develop a really good offensive game like Kevin Garnett had. He was able to fake and drive to the basket. And like I said, he had a beautiful mid-range shot. KG was just a beast, man. He was a great player. One of the best power forwards I have ever seen in the NBA. Kevin Garnett was unbelievable. I could choose him in any starting five and be happy with players being around him. He would never be a weak point on the team, ever. This guy was great. And like I said, if he can transfer the mentality that he had in Minnesota, he was young. He still wasn't there. He was telling a story where he was facing Michael Jordan and J.R. Ryder kind of put him up to it, and Jordan schooled him and stuff like that. And Kevin Garnett was like, going at Mike, and he was happy and thought he had Mike. And Mike just schooled him. So the kid came in with that chip on his shoulder right from the start. And I think that is probably the best kind of player to mentor somebody like Wembanyama. I think Tim Duncan would be a good guy to do that too, but Tim Duncan was just a different kind of player. Tim Duncan was a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. I think he didn't have the versatility that Wembanyama has. So I think KG is a little bit of a better fit to mentor Wembanyama and get him to a point, or at least show him the right direction on how to approach things, on how to play the game, on how to play mental games with people, because that's a very important trait to learn. And KG is the master at that. I mean, he was a master at trash talking, master at getting under your skin. The guy was great. So that really made me happy. And I think it's awesome that this is happening. I wish that a lot more, especially great veterans from the Kevin Garnett times, even from the 90s, would get back into the NBA, where the NBA got rid of those people, got rid of those players. And if they could get back into the NBA and kind of reintroduce the mentality that they had, the approach that they had, the professionalism they had, that would be amazing for the league. And especially, if we can get out from underneath this circus and drama-ridden NBA that we had for the last 22 seasons, this would save the NBA and make it go back in the right direction and make it competitive and make fans of that loved the old school basketball come back to the game slowly and like it, if they would see that NBA players actually are changing their mentality and becoming more professional like they used to be. So I love it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.